Crying at the Movies has been out for a week today, so thank you if you have been listening. In honor of this week-iversary, I will be sharing the last 4 movies that made me cry, so let's take a look at my Letterboxd and see what they were. First is James Gunn's Superman. I have watched that movie 3 times this year, and every single time, all the Pa Kent stuff always just really gets me. All that father-son, like when he's crying about Clark being okay and his mom says, oh, don't mind him, he's a big mush. Ugh. I wish this was something artier or cooler, but a comic book movie did really get me this year. Next most recent from there is a film called Going in Style, which is directed by Martin Brest. It was actually remade, but the original is much, much better. It's about these 3 old men who get bored and decide they have nothing to lose, so they're going to rob a bank. But in this process, as they're kind of dealing with the malaise of like irrelevance or feeling like they're at the, in their twilight years, there's this speech that Lee Strasberg of like that Strasberg, the acting Strasberg, that he gives as one of the men, where he talks about like a memory of when he like hit his son for doing something wrong. And he's like, and I can't even remember why now. And like how upset he is with himself. I don't know why both of these are father-son things, but apparently that really gets me. Next is maybe my favorite movie I've seen this year, which is The Ballad of Wallace Island. It reminds me a lot of John Carney's movies like Once or Sing Street. It's a movie about musicians, but it's incredibly heartfelt, and it's about music being a conduit for grief and like our attachment to pop culture. And it's just a really sweet movie, really sweet, small movie that I think in the US unfortunately got dumped straight to Peacock. And finally, I'm so embarrassed at this, James Gunn does it again. I watched Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 this year. I'm very late to the party on that one. I was trying to catch up on some Marvel stuff. And if you put CGI animals in, life or death peril, it's very upsetting to me. I guess Krypto's kind of the same way in Superman. So James Gunn and a CGI animal, that is a recipe for me to be emotionally manipulated. So thank you for joining me for this summary of movies that made me cry. The reason this album is called Crying at the Movies in part is a joke, because I'm not a big movie crier. And the song was kind of this bit about like, wouldn't it be nice to be more emotionally available to cry at things like movies? I hope you have been enjoying the album and that you continue to listen to it. Thank you so much for every spin.